What a way to start a service. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Oh, I bet we can do better than that. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, yes, I love that spirit, that ruach, that energy. And we're going to enter into song and prayer tonight and Shabbat and just enjoy being all together as one community. We're going to start with a really fun piece called I Want to Hear Somebody Pray. Here are the lyrics, and I want to hear all of you pray. Somebody pray. I wanna hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I wanna hear somebody pray. Sing!
I wanna hear,
let me hear you.
Somebody sing. I wanna hear somebody sing. Down in the valley and over yonder, I wanna hear somebody sing.
Rabbi Jason, what do you want to see or hear tonight?
I want to hear somebody laugh.
Oh my God.
Somebody laugh.
What about you, Rabbi Ruth? Oh, see joy. I love that. Let's hear it. I want to see somebody laugh. How about that?
I wanna hear somebody laugh.
Hear it.
I wanna hear somebody laugh.
Like Lila. Down in the valley and over yonder.
I wanna hear somebody laugh.
I wanna hear somebody smile.
I wanna
see
somebody smile. Down in the valley and over yonder, I wanna hear somebody smile.
What does somebody else want to hear or see? What is it? What is it? Okay. Perfect. We want to see somebody dance. Somebody dance. I wanna see somebody dance. I wanna see somebody dance. Down in the valley and over yonder. I wanna see somebody dance. I wanna hear somebody pray. I wanna hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I wanna hear somebody pray. Somebody pray. Somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody pray, somebody sing, laugh, smile, dance. I am just so grateful to celebrate Shabbat with you all online, with all of us together, Rabbi Jason Levine, Rabbi Dana Benson, Rabbi Ruth Zlotnick, our incredible bands, our tech team, all of you. Bring your energy, be present. Shabbat is this amazing gift, especially today, towards the endish of summer barbecue gathering. We're here. In a sense, we're home. This is something we'll be talking a lot about this year, next couple of weeks, is what does it mean to create home together, a space with people that we know or get to know, people that we care about, people we trust, people we lean on, people who we support, who support us. We are here on Shabbat to create a home. It is so wonderful seeing so many friends here tonight, friends that I see all the time, friends I haven't seen for a while, friends we can only see through the magic of technology. This is going to be a beautiful Shabbat together. Now, we want everyone here at home to feel that they are connected and present for this Shabbat, but there is this special added touch of being here in person. If you're comfortable coming in person, join us. And for those of you who are in person, as we want to create home, as we want to get to know each other, let's bring back a little bit of an old custom, something that's really special to our relational community, which is simply getting to know each other. So I'm going to encourage you to find someone near you, behind you, in front of you, behind you. I just did that already. Introduce yourself to someone new. Say who you are. Say Shabbat Shalom. Maybe share where your home is. Find someone new. Let's make some sacred noise. Say Shabbat Shalom to somebody new. Just a few more seconds. Just a few more seconds. Trying. All right. I'm bringing it back in. I'm bringing it back in. Now, that person that you talked to, remember who they are. Maybe invite them for a walk or a coffee. Sit with them at the barbecue tonight and get to know them more. Don't make it just a 10-second conversation. Make it the first of many conversations. At dinner, barbecue. So tonight is also a Shabbat service we call our Shabbat table, where we want to be a little bit more relaxed and formal, so ease in with us. We do a little fewer prayers, a lot more music. We keep it nice and light, a beautiful our Shabbat table. Before we light the candles, I want to offer a poem to bring us in on this Shabbat. I've been waiting to do this poem all summer. You'll hear why in a minute. I've been trying to explore different Jewish poems all summer. So this poem is by the amazing poet Emma Lazarus, wonderful Jewish poet, most famous for writing a poem that is now on the Statue of Liberty. This poem, which is why I'm sharing it tonight, is entitled August Summer, hence why I've been waiting to do it tonight. I wanted to do it in July, but that made no sense. To bring us together. I see it as I looked one afternoon in August, by a fresh, soft breeze overblown. The swiftness of the tide, the light thereon, a far-off sail white as a crescent moon. The shining waters with pale currents strewn, the quiet fishing smacks, the sunset cove, the semicircle of its dark green grove, the luminous grasses and the merry sun in this grave sky, the sparkle far and wide, laughter of unseen children, cheerful chirp of crickets, and the low lisp of rippling tide. Light summer clouds, fantastical as sleep, changing unnoted while I gaze thereon. All summer into the August night, these fair sounds and sights we made our own. Let's begin Shabbat together by lighting the Shabbat candles. For those of you joining at home, we welcome you to light some candles along with us. As tonight is not only our endish of summer barbecue, it's also a reunion for our hearth groups. So if you are part of a hearth group recently, or if you're part of any hearth group, we welcome you to come up to light the Shabbat candles, or if you prefer to just stay at your seats and stand, you're welcome to that too. But if you've been part of any of our hearth groups, come on up to help us light the Shabbat candles.
Rabbi Jason, if it's okay, I just want to say a word about the hearth.
Oh, please. While she's talking, come on up.
Yeah. So if you've been part of an Adar group, an Elul group, or a special interest small group gathering, these are our ways of helping us connect with one another. If you're not comfortable coming up, because some of us will be unmasked, it's okay to stand in your chairs, but we just wanted to say thank you for bringing the light of community into other people's lives. As we do, we feel light and warmth at the hearth. So it means that somebody needs to be brave enough to light the candle. Who's going to be brave enough?
Play with fire?
Oh, Lucy, you'll make your mom proud.
I love it.
If you want to follow along, page number 2. We bring the light of Shabbat into our eyes and join as one home community together.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
The hearth brings warmth and light, and thank you all for participating. And if you're wondering what we're talking about when we talk about the hearth, don't worry, I'll tell you more later. Thank you all so much.
Thank you all.
And now with that warmth and light in our heart, we move into some of our Kabbalat Shabbat music. We're receiving Shabbat. Our ancestors used to sit in fields, well, some of them, mystical ancestors, and they would just wait for Shabbat to start. They would wait for hours, getting themselves into a spiritual place. And so too, the songs that we're about to do are to hopefully get us into a spiritual place. I can already hear all the shakers, and I want to hear them even more as we go through the service tonight. We're going to sing a beautiful piece that you can find on page 13. And the words are Yismechu Hashamayim V'tagel Haaretz. The heavens, the skies are filled with joy for Shabbat. And so is the whole world. And all of the seas and all the waters. What would it be, what would it feel like to feel that kind of joy? A joy of all the skies. A joy of all the seas. The joy of Shabbat. Join with me, Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Try that again. Yismechu Hashamayim, feel free to again. Yismechu Hashamayim,
Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Melo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Melo. Yismechu Hashamayim,
Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim,
Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Melo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Melo. Back to the beginning. Yismechu Hashamayim,
Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim,
Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Beautiful. We're going to turn to page 20 and keep that energy going as we receive Shabbat, really, truly, beautifully, as we welcome in the Sabbath bride. Now, kiddos, my mom used to think that it was a literal bride. I'm sorry, it's not. But the Shabbos is as beautiful as such. It reminds us to rest. It reminds us to sink into love. It reminds us to be in community and to be as radically present as we can be. Join us in Lechad Odi on page 20. Lechad Odi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Lechad Odi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor v'zachor v'riborcha hishmi Tiferet Velitila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela. I can hear you, yes. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechuvecha Ki Orech Oracha Merosh Mikerem Nesucha Sof Maaseh B'machshava Tchila Echadodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekavela. Just you.
There we go. Verse 5. Hitoreri kiva orech gumi ori ori ori
shir daveri kavod Adonai alayich nigla lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela.
Some choose to rise to face the door to greet Shabbat.
Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala gam besimcha uvetzola tochem unei ham zegula boi chala lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekavela.
I have to say this just because it's not, we're not making a big thing of it. I'm saying Mazal Tov to all the grooms and brides who are here tonight, and the
Aw.
weddings soon to have or soon to have, not to the Shabbat bride, but the other brides and grooms who are here tonight.
Amen amen. It's always good to get to celebrate joy and love and connection and happiness. And on Shabbat, families, some of you as parents may even bless your kiddos. On Shabbat, some of you may do that, and some of you may have gotten that same blessing throughout time. But tonight, we're the ones here to help bless each other. This night on Shabbos, all of us are going to be able to be blessed. And so I'm going to ask my colleagues and I to raise up our talitot. Our talis is to offer this blessing over all of you. But if you're comfortable in your own seats, I invite you also to raise up your hands to share blessing upon the people around you. Beautiful. We offer this blessing, the priestly benediction, which has been offered for thousands of years upon our people. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless and keep you always.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
May God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom. May the divine lift up your face, and may you always know the paths of peace. And together we say, Amen. Kenya Hiratzon. And from the wings of the talis to the wings of an angel, we go to the words of Shalom Aleichem. Sorry, Rabbi.
I liked it. That was good. I like that.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
nice.
Likewise.
That was
Thinking about it.
nice.
But truly, we go into these angels who help us to remember to bring joy into our homes on Shabbat. And so we hope that this will help as we enter into those prayers, those melodies. May there be peace on all of us. Shalom Aleichem on page 24. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Helion, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch, Zeichem, Zeichem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Helion, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hakadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 28, we continue with the beginning of our evening service. A bit of it tonight with Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu is not just this prayer we do together. It's a prayer that calls us all together, that we might be all together on this Shabbat. We invite you to rise either physically or spiritually, and we join all together in one community for Baruch Hu. If you're standing physically, you're welcome to be seated. Page 34. We join together in prayer, and sometimes we use high energy with our voices boisterously, as you've already shown how beautifully you can do. Sometimes we join with each other in prayer through the power of our hearts and our souls, and such is the purpose of Shema, that we bond with one another, we create a home with one another, not just with the power of our voices, with the power of our inner spirit. So we invite you all to sit or stand as is your preference, as is your custom. Page 34, we join together, that inner voice connecting us all. Shema.
Rise or be seated, whatever's your custom. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto be seated. I'm not one to be overpowered by sound very often. As you can imagine, many of you know I'm quite loud. But being able to hear all of you sing Shema and to hear it overtake this whole room, I don't know if I've experienced something more sacred in quite some time, so thank you for that. Except for I know it's always quite sacred, getting to celebrate one of our B'nai Mitzvah students and have them lead us in prayer. And so it's my honor and pleasure to invite up Trillian. Where are you, Trillian? I'm scanning. There we go, Trillian, come on up. Who will lead us in the words of the Ve'ahavta, the words of love. Trillian and Lila, who we'll get to hear from later, will be becoming Benot Mitzvah tomorrow. And so we're very, very excited for them. Trillian is going to lead us, and we can find the Ve'ahavta on page 42. You can do that. 36. I lied. Just keeping you on your toes for Shabbat. Thanks, Trillian.
Can I take my mask off? ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצאך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך וברכך ובחומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Kol hakavod to Trillian. I assure you, it feels different when you hear people praying with you, right? That was awesome. You did a beautiful job leading. You can go back to your seat. You did a beautiful job praying. And it kind of reminds me of that moment at the Sea of Reeds when Moses and Miriam were there and all of the Israelites were there. And they were trying to get out of this dark and narrow place. All they wanted was to feel a sense of freedom, to go towards their real home, to know what their higher purpose was. And together they sang a song, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, who is like you, O God? And that helped make the waters part, and they made it to the other side. So I think this is a perfect time to sing the same song, Mi chamocha, our song of liberation. It is, I think that one may be on 42. I could be wrong. Yeah. And Rabbi Jason, let's all get into
The sacred
this.
number 42. Wonderful. So Micha Mocha, let's dance in our seats. Hallelujah.
I do feel like something has been liberated in me. There's something that opens up when you sing that song, when you recognize that there is something about being together in community. And we always say, we recognize that when we share joy, which we will do in just a moment with each other, that joy expands. But when we're in pain, when we're struggling with something, it helps to be in community. It helps to diminish that suffering just a little bit. So we always take a moment whenever we gather to make sure that we share a prayer for healing, whether it is for those who are feeling the wounds of war across the globe, or who have been wounded by the hands of injustice, or if there's someone in your life, perhaps even you, who you're thinking about at this time of healing. We want to make sure to give you an opportunity to choose, if you choose to say their name out loud. At home, please feel free to say the name out loud. Sometimes when you hear it, it brings a reality that allows the prayer to deepen in our souls. So if you'd like to add a name to our prayer for healing here in the sanctuary, please do so. Chaim Bat Rachel. For all of those that we've named out loud and anyone that we might hold in our hearts, we continue with our prayer for healing. Will it be on the screen? It will be on the screen.
Dear God of our ancestors, help us renew our faith. Help us renew our faith. Grant us a perfect healing. Grant us a perfect healing. Bring peace to all our days. Bring peace to all. Restore our strength of body, restore our strength of body. Help clarify our minds, help clarify our minds. Refresh our tired spirits, refresh refresh our tired spirits, rejuvenate our light, rejuvenate. Elena, Rafana Lanu. Elena, Rafana Lanu. Thank you for all these blessings. Thank you for all these blessings throughout our days and nights. Throughout our days and nights, we celebrate the journey. We celebrate the journey. This precious gift of life.
Elna, Rafana Lanu. Elna, please God, heal them all. Thank you, Rabbi Dana. So I just wanted to, I mentioned that we're going to talk a little bit, and I'm hoping, Jamie, so, we're still figuring all of this out. What does it mean to come back for the Temple Beth Am barbecue in COVID? All of you have your masks on. We're going to be safe outside. I know so many of you said that part of the reason you're here is because you know that we're following these. So with all of that said, we also recognize there are some of you at home, you're more comfortable being at home. We totally get it. We totally love you. And I just want to, there's a fourth wall here. This isn't a performance. I want to make sure that they're included. Jamie, can they see me at home if I stand here? Thumbs up. Okay, awesome. Because I do want to have this conversation with all of you just for a moment, because this really is our Shabbat table. It's our time when we let music come and waft through us. But what a special opportunity this is to see all of you here. I know that all of you remember to the letter what I preached about last High Holy Day season, right? You all, yeah. I'm getting a lot of thumbs up at home, lots of nods. I just want to remind you that one of the things that I believe very strongly that Judaism teaches is this one fact. You have to leave home to find home. You have to leave your home in order to find your home. It sounds so confusing, and like Judaism sometimes seems really straightforward and sometimes it's not. The whole idea of this year's theme, you'll be hearing us talk about this idea of creating home together. I really believe we're in this moment. There was a way for all of us before the pandemic. We walked into this building, and if we were members then, not all of us were, there was a way we felt at home. Now, it's many years later, we're together again. Some of us are new and have never stepped foot in this place, whether virtually or not. We have to create a sense of home together. And how do I know this, you might ask? I know this because this is what Judaism teaches us. We know it from Adam and Eve, who were in the Garden of Eden. What did they have to do? They had to leave their home. They really had to leave their home. We know it from Abraham and Sarah. What happened to them? They got a call. They went forward. They got called away from their home. And we know it from Moses and Miriam. We just talked about it. Moses and Miriam and the Israelites in Egypt. They were at home in Egypt. That was all they knew. It wasn't a happy home. It was a challenging home. And they were able to be liberated to find their real home. So you have to leave home to create a new home where, like Adam and Eve and Abraham and Sarah, and the Israelites, Moses and Miriam, they created a home, a promised land where they could flourish. So, with that said, what we do here is we are trying together over the course of this year to figure out how do we create this synagogue home together. You're going to be hearing a lot more about it, but I wanted to just offer 3 ways, and it all has to do with what we're celebrating tonight, the person-to-person connection that happens at Temple Beth Am. So we hope that you'll use an opportunity to join one of these small hearth groups. We have a special gathering. We have special leaders who are teaching Elul groups where you can make the High Holy Day season so much more meaningful for yourselves. Find me or one of the other rabbis if you want to know more. We're also figuring out ways to come together that allow us to feel joy and connection. I'm so grateful to all of you who are here at the barbecue in person. We're going to do it again just because this Rosh Hashanah is the first time after COVID that we're able to gather together, be together through music, through Torah, connect as a community. We hope to see you there. And of course, we're going to continue to do it for everyone through Jewish learning and Jewish living. So, I said before that when we share our pain in community, it takes the pain away a little bit. And when we share our joy in community, it totally expands our joy. So I am going to ask us right now to share. We usually do the simcha moment at the very end, but I'm going to ask us to share a couple of things. Later on, you'll be able to tell us particular joyous moments, but let me ask you, are you like my daughter, Susanna Chikali, who turns 16 tomorrow on August 20th? Or maybe like our wonderful longtime member, Ruth Dick, who turns 102 tomorrow on August 20th? Do you have a birthday in the month of August? If so, I invite you to stand up. Suze, that means you too. Ah, I see you. I see you. If you are being called to Torah tomorrow in front of your community to help be the values bearers of Judaism, or you love someone who does, please stand up. And if you're here visiting them, everyone stay standing.
Remain standing. That's what I was saying. Remain standing.
Thank you, Rabbi Jason.
I was.
So if you have a birthday in August, if you're here for a B mitzvah, if you have an anniversary in the month of August, maybe a wedding, maybe a secret joy that you'll share with us at the end of services, maybe you're just really, really glad to be singing with people in public again. And even if none of those are you, do you see someone who's standing? If so, we invite you to please rise as together we share our joy with the Shehechi Anu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. It's okay to sway. Shehechianu vekimanu vehigianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Shehechianu vekimanu vehigianu lazman hazeh. Amen. You can do this part.
We thank you, God, for letting us grow from strength to strength and joy to joy. Please be seated. Amen.
We turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. This isn't actually a harsh transition as you might think. While losing a loved one is, of course, challenging, there is a celebration aspect as we honor and are continually inspired by the people that we have lost, what they have taught us, given us, how they have inspired us. So when we remember and mourn for someone, we don't just remember them. We, in a way, celebrate them, their life, and their legacy. Again, page 294. We are in the period of Shiva, the Shabbat, the 7 days of mourning for Lillian Coopersmith, mother of Peter, grandmother of Joshua and Aaron. We are observing the yahrzeit, the anniversary of passing of Ingeborg Asher, Samuel Block, Boris Brieger, Gerald Cohn, Harvey Cornell, Estelle Corey, Edna Dahmer Fletcher, Erna Gallinger, Stephen Janofsky, Sonia Goldstein, Klaus Hanneck, Paul Jasny, Josephine Charlotte Jasny, Harriet Kreisberg, Robert Letzen, Dorothy Letzen, Seema Lipset, Edith Ruth Lipson, Lena Luzin, Robert Lubarsky, Patrick McVicker Whalen, Rose Meyerhoff, Nathan Nacht, George Paris, Freda Perlman, Sharon Seiler, Melvin Shapiro, Ronald Allen Shapiro, Michael Silver, Joan Feinberg Snyder, Sidney Stutman, Albert Tabor, Diane Wender, Esther Weiss, Katie Weiss-Malin, Rita Wolf, Esther Weisak, Seymour Zittner. If any names have been forgotten or mispronounced, we invite you in the sanctuary and you online to add their names to our community at this time. If you're in the first 7 days of mourning, you're welcome to rise. If you're in the first 30 days of mourning, you're welcome to rise. If you're in the first year of mourning, you're welcome to rise. If you're observing a yahrzeit on this Shabbat, you're welcome to rise. If it's your tradition to rise in love and solidarity, you're welcome to do so. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agalah uvizman kariv v'imru, Yehe Shmei Rabbah mevarach olam ulamei almaya, Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitroman, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yithalei, v'yithalal, shemei d'kudashah barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiram be'alma v'imru, Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Osei shalom bimramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. Yoshvei tevel, all who dwell on the earth. If you're standing, please be seated.
So in just a moment, we're going to conclude with our concluding blessings and our closing songs. Rabbis, have either of you gotten any instructions on how we're going to all be together for dinner after, right?
After we'll have Kiddush cup, grape juice and challah available for everybody in the social hall, which is also where I believe the buffets will be, to then continue outside.
Okay, terrific.
And I really encourage you, the people you met at the beginning, invite them to your table.
Yeah,
Get to know someone new.
Totally. So in just a moment, we're going to do all of that. But I did promise that what we would do is take a moment, because really it's one thing to talk about general joys, birthdays, life cycles. It's another thing to like name it particularly. And we're taught that all prayer really begins from this place of gratitude, of recognizing how grateful you are for everything that you have. And partly on Shabbat, as a community, we at Temple Beth Am are so grateful that we are gathering now on coastal Salish land of the Duwamish tribe. And so as a way of continuing in our relationship with the indigenous communities, we are continuing to learn, and we are also on a monthly basis offering support to the Indian of All Tribes Foundation. So we start from a place of gratitude, and then we explore our what joys we may be feeling. I'm feeling some joy, some vibes coming from right here. So I'm wondering if we have a few volunteers to share whatever particular joy you're celebrating right now. Anyone in this general vicinity? So to Trillian and Delilah and to all of your families and all of your loved ones, we say Mazal Tov, and it is going to be a really special Shabbat tomorrow morning. I've read these Divrei Torah. There's a lot of wisdom to be shared. So Mazel Tov. Any other joys to share this week? Yes, Toby, nice and loud. So Toby is sharing a true like Seattle moment of joy. It rained this morning, and if you're watching online from other parts of the country, email me, I'll explain later. Yes, Ruth. We have a child of our community who grew up, Jamie Ruffberg, who is going to be standing under the chuppah with her beloved, Zach, being officiated by Rabbi Jason. And so it's a lot of joy for our community to celebrate with Sharon and Brian. Thank you. Any other joys to celebrate? Yes. And Vivian, remind me where you're visiting from? Connecticut. I wanted to say that, but I was afraid. So we have, what's that? What's that? Traveling alone at age 98 from Connecticut to visit her daughter Lucy. Lucy, I think you won the jackpot. So mazel tov to being together. And maybe one more, and then if you have others, we'll share it at the dinner afterwards. Charlotte. They just got back. What? Bittersweet. So it's joy. So wonderful. Thank you, Charlotte. Charlotte says it's bittersweet because they just got back from what I'm assuming are amazing weeks at Camp Kalsman, the Jewish camp of the Reform movement up north. It's bittersweet because it was so fun, and now they're not here. But I have something to tell you guys. In Hebrew, the word for bittersweet actually starts with the word, it's matoch mar, which means sweet bitter. So take the sweetness of the summer, even as you're feeling the sadness. And we hope that there's tons more simcha moments, these joy moments, that we share at dinner afterwards. But I'm kind of hungry, so I'm going to let these guys get the blessings going.
Go. Yes, you.
Bat mitzvah, actually, she already came up. Actually, we do have two kiddush
Yeah,
cups.
Trillian, come on up.
Trillian, come on up.
We got a cup for you too.
The ones who are becoming bat mitzvah tomorrow.
To bless the sanctity of our Shabbat, on page number 5, the words of Kiddush. For those of you at home, we welcome you to lift a glass. As we said, in the social hall after services, we'll have grape juice for everyone. You can actually go out that door or that door, pick a door, so we can all enjoy and eat together. But on page number 5, we're grateful to Trillian and Lila for their leadership tonight and tomorrow, and for Lila in leading us in Kiddush together. Page number 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu
Shabbat kodsho Be'ahava uratzon hinhilanu Zikaron le'maaseh bereshit Ki hu yom techila Mikra'e kodesh Zecher litziyat Mitzrayim Kivanu Atanu kidashta Mikol ha'amin Shabbat kodshecha Be'ahava uratzon Imchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
You can take a sip if you want.
And grape juice. Grape juice. Phew. So I will say that a couple of weeks ago I said, and you know, it's grape juice, and one of the B mitzvah students was like, no, it's not. So now I'm making sure. So you guys can go back to your seats. That was beautifully done. I'm going to do the honors over the challah because there is a challah waiting for you outside. But I will say, if you are near someone you're comfortable putting your arm around, or if there's someone who you don't mind touching elbows with, this is an old Beth Am way of recognizing that our blessings are interconnected with one another.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon.
And I'll take the bite to make it.
As you should.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We
it's
close with a
sacrifice.
song for peace, page 343. Oh, say shalom.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן.
a beautiful Shabbat evening. Let's go break bread together.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, musicians.
Thank you, musicians. Thank you.